The Organization of American States congratulates new PAHO Director Dr. Carissa Achin. Maho Mass 2013 launched last weekend, and a retaining wall project costing over $100,000 underway in Saint Sever. Hello and thanks for joining us on this edition of National Focus. I'm Pearl Fontaine.
And I'm Jarna Hector. Stay with us for details of the headline stories and others after the break.
You're watching GIS.
Residents of Grand Fort are applauding government for funds made available to the Village Council for the completion of the community playing field. The project includes repairs as well as improved access to the playing field. Former principal of the Grand Fort Primary School, Solomon Pascal, is impressed with the ongoing developments.
There are a number of persons in Grand Fort that have done very, very well in sports. And the fact that we have limited sporting facilities, with the advent of the development of this new playing field, I am sure that the community will continue to do very well in sports. Only this week we have received a sum of $150,000 to complete the playing facility. And I am sure the community has been very pleased by the government for doing that. And we want to thank them very much for at least considering us and at least coming towards our plight of our own development.
Pascal is also looking forward to the completion of the rehabilitation work on the Grand Fort Road.
This project is a very good project for the community or the constituency of Grand Fort, River Civic and Monjan. We can see the improvement of the road. The road has been in a state previously, and the government has been trying its utmost to ensure that the road is made accessible, very, very accessible, so that pedestrians as well as vehicle drivers can use it properly. We have seen excavation work done. We have seen, the drainage that is going to be put in place, as well the pavement of the surface area itself. And I'm sure this is really, really going to enhance, moving from Rosalie up to Grand Fort. So we want to compliment the government on that regard. We want to acknowledge the effort made by the parliamentary representative to ensure that this is done. And we believe the people of Grand Fort are very happy about this, because when it is completed, it will give a very, very different picture of moving up into the community.
In more news, one beneficiary of the Housing Revolution program has applauded the current administration for its assistance. Teresa Dangoben from Grand Fort has received material to repair her home, on which work is expected to begin at the end of February.
Without the government of Dominica, maybe I was not able to get the assistance I got, and I'm very thankful for what they have done for me. And pushing me a little further than maybe I would not have a start for a while, but I just want to thank the government for helping.
Dangoben, as well as others within the community, recognize the positive impacts of the Housing Revolution program.
With a lot of us, especially in the community, our houses are very badly off, and it's a good thing for us to be able to have a better covering for ourselves, our family. And it's a very good thing for the community as well.
Parliamentary representative for the Grand Fort constituency, Honorable Ivor Stevenson, recognizes the housing needs of his constituents. He told GIS News that he will continue to take action to improve their living conditions.
This type of houses that have been built since 1979 on the program after Hurricane David. So we have a little challenge in the Grand Fort where all persons who have received these homes, they require totally new homes. So persons who have these type of structures, basically there is need to ensure that they receive materials for a total new building. That in itself is a challenge, taking into consideration that there are a number of persons in Grand Fonds who have received these type of houses. So little by little, we'll be working with the constituents, especially in Grand Fonds, to see to it that their houses themselves can be made much more habitable, and ensure that the people who live in these areas can live much more comfortable.
So Pearl, we've been hearing a lot about this Housing Revolution program. What are your thoughts on the subject?
Well, here are my thoughts. Government seems to recognize the needs of the people. And I say this because I've toured different communities with the GIS family and also with the Prime Minister and cabinet colleagues, and I've seen firsthand what people have been going through and how government has impacted their lives. I remember going to Grand Bay with Honorable Justina Charles. We were doing a documentary on different aspects, different community developments, and I remember meeting one lady who showed us what her house looked like before and how government came to her assistance, and now she has a beautiful home. And so, you know, I really do commend government for this initiative. I mean, to date, government has injected well over $25 million into the Housing Revolution program. The Aid Bank has received over $10 million. The Housing Loans Board has received over $10 million. And so that just says that government is aware of the needs and continues to do for their people. I mean, recently I visited the Carib Territory and Jarna. I mean, there are such beautiful houses there, and people who, you know, don't have and can't afford it for themselves, they're being given the opportunity to own their own homes. So government continues to empower these people, especially the elderly, you know, and young mothers. I mean, you have the Petra Casa houses, which can be part of the Housing Revolution program. It's all a part under one umbrella. So my hat's off to them.
I can see that's a subject that's very close to your heart.
Yeah, it is, because, you know, you see, you know, on a day-to-day basis that people don't live in, you know, great conditions.
Right.
And it's really good that government can recognize that and do that for them.
Right.
You know, I wish I was a millionaire and I wish that I could be able to do that for them as well, but I'm not. So, you know, and then there's the issue of playing fields.
Right.
You know, it's a great initiative. So, you know, my question to you is, what do you think the benefits of the playing field are?
Well, what strikes me about that playing field story is that in these economic times when governments are diverting so much money towards other programs and saving money, they're trying to save money, our government is investing in young people, continuing to invest in young people, because we are still part, I mean, I consider myself one of those young people, and we are still part of the country. We still need incentives. So just to have a little spot for yourself to free up, take your time, do something positive, I think that's a good investment, just as important as the Housing Revolution.
Most importantly, too, that the playing fields I see it as an opportunity for young boys especially to release tension, to play football, to play basketball, to do what they need to do, you know, instead of engaging in unsightly activities.
Right, and pulling up on a block, as they say.
So, residents of the community of Grand Fonds will no longer have to travel too far to purchase their agricultural produce. Last Saturday, the village celebrated a historic moment when, for the first time, a local market was officially opened. The new market will give residents of the community the opportunity to sell fresh produce every Saturday. The idea of the market came about through the initiative of the Village Council when residents started gathering weekly from September 1st, 2012 to sell their fresh produce. The number of vendors grew quickly and has grown to an average of 15. The community of Grand Fonds has an abundance of fertile soil, and it is the hope of villagers to sell healthy, locally grown produce to customers. The official opening of the market in Grand Fonds was attended by officials from the Ministry of Agriculture, Honourable Ivor Stevenson, Member of Parliament, Julius Carbon from Dexia, Parish Priest Father Michel Favillier, Member of the Village Council, and villagers.
In more news, rehabilitation work continues on the Saint-Luce Road. One major aspect of the project is the construction of a retaining wall. Last week, a GIS news team visited the project site and interviewed project contractor Michelle Benjamin.
It was damaged by heavy rain, so right now we're putting it up.
How many people are employed on this project?
Well, we have around 9 people right now employed, but we really have to, when we're going to do the casting, we'll be employing more people to help in the casting.
What is the duration of this project?
The duration might be for let's say another 5 weeks.
The retaining wall project will cost approximately $147,000. Meanwhile, Parliamentary Representative for the Castlebruce constituency, Honorable Johnson Drago, is pleased with the developments at the St. David filling station. Work was recently completed on an important phase of the project, which included the security of the facility.
This is the Atlantic coast, and you know how heavy our waves can get during stormy weather. So we've just completed a phase of the fencing, the extension of the roof, and the painting of the entire project. The fencing is very strongly built with concrete and blocks so that it can withstand heavy Atlantic waves. And there was an extension of the roof to bring it a bit forward, and then you can see the beautiful painting projects that we have here.
Matthew Gustav from Petit Soufriere was contracted to complete the project. He felt proud to be a part of a venture which has contributed to the community's development.
I was more than happy to be the contractor to do the project, especially, it's a form of development in the area. And, it's a good thing for us to have this gas station. It's so important for us in the whole entire constituency because, that's the only gas station really on the east. So, as a young contractor growing up in the field of construction, it's a very good thing knowing that I did this project and it's a way of improvement.
The Organization of American States, OAS, has congratulated Dominican Dr. Carissa Achin, who was sworn in as the director of the Pan American Health Organization last Thursday in Washington. Assistant Secretary General Ramdin, who represented Secretary General of the OAS, Jose Miguel Insulza, at the inauguration ceremony said, and I quote, "Today is further proof that regardless of where you come from, the size of your country does not always determine the strength of your voice or your capacity to lead." Ramdin added that the hemisphere must be proud, knowing that PAHO will continue from strength to strength in its service to the people. According to the OAS official, our organization has worked tirelessly to safeguard principles of democracy, rule of law, and human rights. In doing so, we have realized that the health of a democracy is often reflected in the well-being of its people. Therefore, we believe that the bonds which unite the OAS and PAHO will continue to help us find tangible solutions to the problems that affect our people. End quote. Mr. Ramdin also expressed the organization's deep appreciation for outgoing PAHO Director Dr. Mirta Roses Periago for her exemplary service to PAHO and the hemisphere. We have worked with Dr. Roses for many years. Her hard work has had an impact on millions of people, and we will always be grateful, Ramdin added. PAHO, which was established in 1902, celebrated its 110th anniversary in December of 2012, making it the world's oldest health organization.
Maho Mass 2013 kicked off with much fanfare last Saturday at the Zaman Beach Park in Belfast. Revelers from Maho, nearby communities and further afield gathered at the park to officially commence the festivities with an opening ceremony. Parliamentary Representative for the Maho constituency, Honorable Rayburn Blackmore, broadcasted how proud he is of his constituency. He wished revelers a fun and violence-free Mass 2013.
Let me say to you, all those of you who have been involved in the real Mass that took place on Wednesday, it was a tremendous spectacle. And as I've said before, the Mao constituency is the best. And Mao people and the Mao constituency by extension is the most diverse, most exciting, and most talented constituency. I wish you well and make sure you patronize the bus. And please, let us celebrate our carnival this year in one love. I see too often incidents of violence that makes no sense. We are too small for all this violence and all this fighting. And when you come to jump up Monday and Tuesday, you come to express your freedom, to express yourself, and to celebrate goodness, because Dominica is the best place on earth. And there is no reason, therefore, to come to the band with a cutlass or a gun. I hope that good sense will prevail, and Monday and Tuesday will be very, very peaceful.
The formalities began with an official welcome from Trisha John Baptist of the Maho Jimmy Taru Village Council.
For this community, Carnival has always been a time to have fun, meet visitors, and revel with true community spirit. I truly hope this year will be no different, and I urge you to have fun in peace and with a spirit of unity. If, according to the Calypsonian, we only come for the rum and the party, and permit me to add, for the fun, please leave all weapons home. Those visiting from near and far, I hope your stay with us will be an enjoyable and memorable one. A packed program awaits you this evening, so do enjoy this activity. Once again, on behalf of the Carnival Organizing Committee and the Maho Jimmy Taru Village Council, I bid you welcome to Mass Maho 2013.
The 4 contestants who will vie for the title of Miss St. Paul on February 10th also made their debut at the Carnival launching. Featured at the opening ceremony were performances by Junior Calypso Monarch, Dina Shell, Walks Up, and Shadow Flow.
I see so, life is so accepting, tolerance in anything that we not ask for. A land is so much from me, on the edge now of a precipice, I see a teetering and tumbling, but we can't stop this nightmare, make our youth priority, and with this country, from plenty to disaster. Raise it on sky, raise it on sky, hey, 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 raise it on sky, raise it on sky, hey, 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 sacrifice, il photographe, different color, il photographe. Well, the man on the set is something about the next California getting ready to come out. I never hear the name of the singer or the song. Me and the young boys will live up here to jam. Now hear a song, I don't know who wins. I don't even know who sings. I don't need nobody from any country.
The events culminated with a street jump up to the tunes from the WCK band. And that's the English news. McPherson St.Luce is next with the Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non, moi c'est McPherson St.Luce. Premièrement, département quarantine, ministre agriculture, qui a fait parole au public là pour contacter l'office AIO avant moun mener produits agriculture en pays là. Selon le chef département Lavan Ansem, il a fait ça pour empêcher vieilles maladies simées en pays là.
Gouvernement ni programme en place. Comment ou ça mener bagay qu'on plan, bagay qu'on fait, et bien toutes ces bagailles ça en pays. Et bien ça nous de moun pas en aller dans l'autre pays et bien mener bagay entrer en pays sans un permis. OK? Ministre agriculture ni système en place là où ça vini parler avec nous ou ka plein en forme ça ka créer une application forme pour mener ces bitins ça là entrer en pays. Et bien pour nous ka faire ça nous ka des moun une maladie tout en pays. Une maladie en Guadeloupe, une maladie en St.Luce, une maladie en Haïti. So nous ka des moun avant ou mener PS agriculture produit dans pays pour parler avec nous qui ba comment on ça mener ces bagages ça on tuer. Quand on savent dans l'année qui passée, nous taper Black Sigatoka, nous taper Citrus Greening, des maladies qui très dangereuses, nous avons fait ça nous fait pour manager maladie ça là. Comme on toujours dit, ces maladies ça là, pas ça ni monter en Dominique. Yo pas ça ni aller gagner un billet venir Dominique, c'est un monde qui ni pour mener un plan qui malade ça nous savent. So nous les monde pas faire ces bagages ça là. Pas mener story c'est way a dit dans grippe ou dit OK ou ouais ka garder bien a dit dans on lac ou on monde a dans pays ça même c'est on risque ou ka faire ou ka dangereux agriculture secteur. So toi avec nous que ba comment on ça mener ces bagages ça on.
En d'autres nouvelles, le gouvernement Dominique a dépensé à peu près $200,000 pour Housing Revolution en constituency Guanfon. Parole ça sorti au Parlement, Honorable Ivor Stevenson.
Nous allons continuer pour que autant de monde là qui pas tellement bon, en place là, c'est qu'il a même besoin de repair pour changer fenêtre, changer la porte, changer le galvanage. Nous allons continuer pour aider les gens. L'année mois passé, nous avons payé l'argent, nous avons payé presque $100,000 pour assister les gens qui ont besoin de matériaux pour qu'ils en constituency. So, autant de gens qui ont fait assistance, autant de gens qui ont commencé, parce que ce fait actuellement, c'est transporter matériaux à la place là, ils ont tapé, pour mener les enfants, ça prend du temps. So, depuis qu'ils ont transporté les matériaux, nous avons qui commencé pour qui c'est travail là en le cas là bon assez mais mon cas de en enfant si dans ce village là assez cas qui besoin manger et puis petit nous taper assistance et puis qu'on parle mon que faire ça mon pays pour qui assez moun taper assistance pour kai.
Station qui Petro Caribé bâti pour pêcher petit soufrière qui marche bien. Membre Parlement Honorable Johnson Drago, bien plaisir pour le projet ça.
Et puis mon cas fait au savent, projet ça est managé par Fisheries and Davis Fisheries Cooperative. Et puis il a fait un bon job en management en filling station là. Petro Caribé fait un lot phase project pour area ou là qui because nous sur la mer Atlantique. Nous faisons un projet pour fence projet à bien et puis bon concrete qui fort et puis bloc so that la mer fort en dirige l'âme là pas qui croiser facilité et puis projet ça c'est un projet nous qu'a considéré qui bien important quand nous le projet ça fini yo peinture place là et puis place là c'est actuellement une belle place et puis mon ça de ou McPherson projet a really want nous bien area parce que actuellement pêche a plus pression qui a ça petit bayo yo ka sorti plus d'huile et puis plus famille qui a bénéficié de gas station ça nous les maïgo hot gouvernement et puis mon en Venezuela
et puis finalement gouvernement Dominique a pas weshi melon house en Guantans parole ça là sorti hors ministère public works honorable Ribbon Blackmore
va te passer en relance là en Guantans et c'est pas bagage qui bon. C'est pas parce que la sécurité pour ou pas supposé voir passer en port. Aussi nous ne pouvons faire certains si nous avons des gens pour conduire voiture à ce l'autre chemin on est pour manger puis ce chemin là même pas bon pièce. So nous bien content chemin ça nous déjà tapé en prouvant la ministre finance pour nous aller contracter département public works corporation là pour aller manger chez là en Longhouse. Nous avons dépassé plus de $300,000 pour manger chez ça.
Messieurs et mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en créole pour à présent. Non, moi c'est McPherson St.Luce. Au revoir.
Learn how to boost your energy levels in our national focus tip of the day. To boost your energy levels, first learn to control stress. Stress-induced emotions consume huge amounts of energy. Talking with a friend or relative, joining a support group can all help diffuse stress. Relaxation therapies like meditation and yoga are also effective tools for reducing stress.
And drink water. What's the only nutrient that has been shown to enhance performance for all and the most demanding endurance activities? It's not some pricey sports drink, it's water. If your body is short of fluids, one of the first signs is a feeling of fatigue. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We welcome your suggestions and comments.
Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website at news.gov.dm.
On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Jarna Hector.
And I'm Fontaine. Thanks so much for watching.